Hello everybody, my name is Tubasplat, and we just saw Star Wars Rise of Skywalker.
Episode 9.
End of the Skywalker saga. So, we'll put in the Jeopardy music and see you in a little bit. Okay, so Rise of Skywalker. I did anyway. This is his second time. I already kind of decompressed a little bit because we brought our friend of ours who is a super fan of Star Wars, just to bring everything together. So there was a lot I didn't expect.
That's my reaction from the first time.
I think it definitely deserves a second watch if you only saw it once. Because, yeah, there's a lot to take apart and everything. I'm pretty much still at a loss for words, even though I already talked about it with our friend. But, yeah, hell of a way to end. Since 1977, even though there was a break between 6 and 1, but
yeah, a long break.
Well, wait, because when was Return of the Jedi? Was that 79? No,
I have no idea. I think 1980, maybe.
That sounds right. Post production may put it somewhere.
Yeah.
Of course, but then we all know how the prequels turned out. Jar Jar. And then episode 3 was a thing that happened.
That seemed like 4-hour movie.
3?
Yeah.
Yeah. I've only seen it once. Once I get them all, I'm worth.
There were some parts in the third movie that was good, but there were some scenes that didn't need to be in the movie.
It's been so long since I've seen it, and I only saw it once. And
it's on Disney Plus.
And that was when back when, for all you Gen Zers, there used to be chains of stores called Video King and Hollywood Video, where you had to rent DVDs, and VHS tapes. And I know a lot of people don't.
What's a VHS?
VHS is a cassette, which is a little thin piece of plastic that you used to put in your cars, or in terms of a movie, you put it into a box as opposed to streaming. Technology has advanced in the last 20 years.
Yes,
for sure. But anyway, back to Rise of Skywalker. I was hearing like a lot of talk that it was kind of critics, I guess, thought it was a cop-out kind of movie. Like, they went on a safe route, and I kind of agree to, like, I forget what my logic was before. I think, oh yeah, this whole time, Rey is the Emperor's granddaughter. It's like, okay, where the fuck did that come from? Like, I don't... And then the other thing that bugs me, too, is that I don't think we really know which of Rey's parents is Palpatine's child. But to me, it's like, how does it skip a generation? Like, I don't get that at all. It was real nice that Kylo Ren turned back to Ben.
Yeah.
And that he sacrificed himself. Well, his Force ghost, anyway.
Princess Leia sacrificed for Ben.
Yeah. It was like a last-ditch effort. Yeah, they handled... With Carrie, they handled it phenomenally well.
Mm-hmm. Thank God for J.J. Abrams.
And of course, we saw the movie and are recording this. It is the 3-year anniversary of her passing on the 27th of December. Yeah. Because I rewatched episode 7 and 8 before this, and I'm glad Phasma is dead, maybe. Because I feel like that was like the last thing we needed was her to come back, but
yeah.
Really I'm glad that and I just realized this too, they really stopped like the whole Snoke thing. Obviously he died in 8. But it's like anything that had to do with Snoke, it's gone. Like it's all gone. And it was all about the Emperor and everything. The ending was real nice too. When Rey went back to Tatooine and went to the Skywalker house and buried their lightsabers, Leia and Luke's, and then revealed her own lightsaber, awesome. Which is made out of her staff and a yellow kyber crystal. Yeah, they really took the tragedy everywhere, because first you thought Chewbacca was dead. He's not. And then Leia dies again in a last-ditch effort to reach Ben. And then he dies, and then you think Rey's gonna die. So,
and then a Romeo and Juliet thing.
Yeah, then they did. Yeah, they literally did a whole Romeo and Juliet thing, and that's tragedy in its purest form or most basic form. And obviously, it works because it did. Yes. In this, camera's going. So, obviously, I think if you're a diehard Star Wars fan, it's definitely worth seeing at least once.
This was better than the last movie.
Yeah.
Or the Last Jedi.
Last Jedi.
Yeah.
And I know, and I talked to our friend about it yesterday. I was texting when I was watching the movie Last Jedi. It feels like, and that might be the whole point of it, is I feel like the Force was too gimmicked in 8. It's like, it's supposed to be a rare thing that happens, but, and I guess maybe it's not really gimmick to hell as I thought it was, but it's like, it's establishing that it's everywhere. Mm-hmm. It's like breathing air, basically. The Force is everywhere. But it just seemed like they were really, like, pushing it in Episode 8, but it stuck the landing, I think, but I know some people hated 8, but
it was okay. Like I said, I like this one a lot better.
I think out of this trilogy, I think this is the best one.
Yeah.
Not because of all the closure, but just because we're maybe that is closure. We're finally getting all loose ends tied up. So no, that's closure. That's closure. Never mind. Been rambling on for about 8 minutes, so that's gonna be it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you guys enjoyed this video, make sure to drop a like on it, and if you have any thoughts about the movie or maybe the whole Skywalker saga in its entirety, make sure to drop a comment. Any final thoughts?
No, any suggestions that you want us to see, any movies you want us to see, put a comment down of what movie you want us to see next, and
because now there's going to be like a long break between this and then any kind of Marvel or DC movie, and then I'm going to be suffering.
The next DC movie, I think, is going to be what's her name?
It's Wonder Woman 1984.
No, I thought it was going to be
Marvel's Black Widow.
No, not Black Widow. It's DC Harley Quinn.
Oh my god, I completely forgot about that.
I think.
When the heck does that? Is that March, maybe?
February. I think it's February, but we could look it up later.
Post-production Tuba put
Yeah.
information in there. If I remember to look at this, if I remember to look at this footage. I guess just my final thoughts is, may the force be with you. Always.